Today's episode of New Jersey Living is bringing you from Princeton, New Jersey. Right now, I am on the campus of Princeton University, one of the most renowned institutions in the state and the nation and the entire world. One of the 9 oldest institutions, chartered institutions in the country. This school is dated back to the 1740s, I believe 1746. And the school initially was not here in Princeton, but in Elizabeth, New Jersey, known as the College of New Jersey at that time. But now in Princeton, and renowned university that it is, that we all recognize. Just giving you a little pan, you can see the structure behind me. These are buildings that I'm gonna pan around so you can see around. Of course, I'm just in one section of campus. Universities like this kind of give you the feel as though you are stepping back in time in certain locations. If you've been to maybe Harvard, Yale, even William & Mary in Williamsburg, Virginia, similar aesthetic, similar feel, because these institutions date back before the Revolutionary War. So today we're going to take a look around Princeton to see what Princeton has to offer. I'm gonna jump right into the big 3, which I typically do in all of my episodes. And that, pertains to the transit in terms of commute to New York City, train stations, and schools. Gonna start right off the bat with schools. Princeton public schools are A+ rated on niche.com. It is, the district itself is in the top 3 in the state of New Jersey. And if you've seen my Edison episode specifically, you already know that New Jersey is one of, if not the top ranked public schools, state with public schools in the country. So a highly rated district in the state of New Jersey is going to be one of the highest rated in the country. And Princeton is an A+. So that obviously is a check for public schools. The other is train. There is a station. The station is actually right here adjacent to campus, just a slight, if at all, walk off of campus to get to the train station. And the other factor is a little kind of in a gray area, because a drive from here to Midtown Manhattan would be about an hour and a half, maybe an hour 20. However, the express train from Princeton Junction to Penn Station, New York is under an hour. All right, so there's an express train that gets you into the city under an hour. Yes, if those who are local, or maybe look this up, Princeton Junction, that station is outside of Princeton. However, it's just a 5-minute train stop from the Princeton station. So really under an hour is realistic if you were choosing to buy in Princeton. Because of these 3 factors, check mark, and I mean a check plus really, when it comes to education, check mark on all 3 makes this high demand that also is reflected in the market value of homes. So this, like Montclair, is a premium destination. You are paying for what you're moving into. Like Montclair, dining scene is hard to parallel. This would be the closest thing on par with a Montclair. There's of course Northern Jersey, Central and South is going to be Princeton. Princeton, we're really dead center almost of Central New Jersey. So we are outside of that typical Northern New Jersey suburb that we normally cover, along with Jersey City. But this is something that certainly was worth noting in an episode. So we're going to take a little bit of a walk. I just had lunch at one spot in the dining scene downtown. Take you for a little walk through that area, and we're going to take a look at 3 properties that, again, as always, recent sales, sold within the past 30 days, give you a feel for the market and how the market is performing here. All right, so join me on the ride. Jersey Hunters, welcome back. Those who are new, welcome aboard. Let's get started now. Welcome to New Jersey Living. My name is Corey Jones. I'm a real estate agent with Compass Real Estate, and I routinely get phone calls, emails, text messages from folks just like you looking for property here in New Jersey or looking to sell property here in New Jersey. So if you are interested in learning more about the neighborhoods, the market, the locations to eat, dine, socialize in and around New Jersey, please do click like, subscribe, and the notification bell to stay tuned for our upcoming episodes. We are just across the street from campus at this point. Flashing a quick map up of Princeton. We are directly downtown, that is where we are right now, is directly across the street from campus itself. I'm panning around. We are at a square located right here in the dining section. I'm gonna show some footage. Not gonna do a lot of walkthrough. They have a lot of infrastructure projects and construction going on, so I'm just gonna flash up some walkthrough scenery of the dining scene, but you'll see that it's very unique. Again, only thing that I would say that is on par with like a Montclair type of scenario. But hopefully you appreciated the footage that you have seen of campus itself. Again, it has that Hogwarts kind of feel. If you've watched Harry Potter, kind of throwback in time, but that's something unique to some of these older institutions like Princeton. So dining scene is everything that you could ask for. Various type of cuisine. They've got falafel, they've got Japanese, they have a playa bowl is here if you're into the acai bowls, which is basically like a fruit smoothie, if you will. I had lunch at Princeton Soup and Salad, and it was fantastic. Everything that you can think of is going to be in this area. Price-wise as well, fine dining that's going to be on the high end to your more budget options. Of course, we're at a college campus, right? So college students do need something that's a bit more cost-friendly. So all of that you can find right here. We're going to take a look. The properties that we're going to see are not right here in the downtown section, but the first two are going to be just maybe a 6 or 7 minute drive from this location. Another one a little further out from town, on the far edges of town. Unique thing about this area of New Jersey, although we're in a very populated town, small city if you want to call it that, around you there are a lot of farms. So there's a lot of farm to table options if you like fresh produce. If you want to get honey from the farm, those kind of things are available in this kind of area. So if that's something that you're particularly keen on, that type of opportunity is prevalent in this area. So we're going to take a quick walk through with some footage, and I'll see you at the first property. Our first property feature on the tour is 13 Durann. This is the property behind me, Cape-style dwelling. 4 bedrooms, 2 upstairs, 2 downstairs, full bathroom at each level. Just short of 1,700 square feet, 1,672. Taxes just under $12,000. List price on this was $779, and sale price $852. So you can see the markup above the list price here. This would have been, for this market, one of the more affordable options. And I'm sure that there was a degree of competition for this given property. Just to pan around a little bit, there are a variety of styles of homes here. You can see that there are some smaller and larger colonials. There's a ranch next door. This, I'm going to show a little bit of street footage as I drive through the neighborhood, just so that you can have a general feel. But as I said before at the beginning of this episode, the prices reflect the demand to live here in this town. Schools is one of them. Commute to city or otherwise to train station is another. And of course, we are proximity-wise not too far out from New York City. So enjoy some of the street footage that I'm about to shoot. And I'm about to head to the next property. Second property is just a few blocks from this location, which, as I mentioned a little earlier, is only about a 6 or 7 minute drive downtown to the dining scene and to Princeton University. So I'll see you there. Here we are at our second stop, 35 Linwood Circle. I'm going to pan around again so you can see the general surroundings. You're going to take note that lot sizes are larger, general property sizes are larger, and that's going to be commensurate with the list and sales prices. Didn't mention towards the beginning, but I always do choose properties that have recently sold within the past 30 days to give a really accurate assessment of not only the list price, but where the property has sold, to give a general indication of where the market is. The market, as I've said before, in recent neighborhoods definitely has leveled out to a degree when it comes to properties that don't have the more recent upgrades or newly renovated, or just very, very meticulously maintained. Some of those properties that are more in the middle, that are maybe good location, good bones, but need a little touch, those can be bargained now, more so than 6 months ago, 8 months ago. So this property, like the one we saw before on Durann had an upgraded kitchen and it had a new AC. This property has updates throughout. All right, so list price was 1.25, sold at 1.5. Taxes slightly over 18,000. All right, so this again, if you've seen some of my other episodes and you may compare some of those properties and say, hey, that's kind of a steep climb for, maybe a decent sized colonial or a decent sized split to go at 1.5, but it's because of where you are. The school system, as I mentioned before, is on par, and I mean by no exaggeration, on par with private schools. Okay, so you're going to get that type of benefit in this location, as well as the downtown scene, as well as if you do need to commute to, really, you could do Philadelphia or New York, but if you need to get to New York, an express train is going to get you there in about 55 minutes. All right, so we're going to take a look at another stop. This section right here, we're only about maybe 5 or 6 blocks from our first stop. We're going to move out a little further west of town and see some of the more spread out areas. It's going to reflect in price also, but you'll get a feel for not being in the densely populated resident to a more kind of open and secluded area of town. All right, so I'll see you there. Here we are at our final stop, 314 Ridgeview. This is a property that is 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2,800 and change in terms of square footage. So just short of 3,000 square feet altogether. List price was $1.299 million, sold at $1.55 million. Property completely renovated and upgraded. So this was done at truly a luxury level. And you probably can see some of that just based on the exterior here. Panning around, you can see the difference in neighborhood. No curb, no sidewalk, a lot of wooded lot of acreage in terms of your general lot sizes. 314 here, it's just short of 1.25 acres, 1.19 acre. And the other properties are going to be pretty similar in terms of lot sizes. So this is that taste of your more western, secluded area of Princeton. Definitely going to be a much quieter scene at night. And the neighborhood dynamic is very different when you're not as closely located to your next door neighbor. No sidewalks, no curb. It's a very different type of living, as I'm sure you can imagine. This gives you a feel for 1.5 again, but it's in a different area, a little further out from downtown. We're not that 6-7 minute drive, still not too far, probably no more than 10 to 12 minute drive to get to downtown, but nonetheless, we're on the further western side of town, not as closely central to all the schools and the shopping and the dining. You get again a feel for the difference of where this location gives about the same price point with sale price as what we saw at Linwood. So this will conclude our Princeton version. Those who are inclined to maybe get a little bit more information on Princeton, or if you're a Princeton resident and you'd like to get an idea of your property value, or maybe you're thinking about selling, All of my contact information is right here below. Please do feel free to give me a text message, phone call, email. Those who have been journeying along with us, thank you for joining again. And those who are new, please do click like, click subscribe, and click the notification bell. Stay updated on our upcoming episodes. We do have an episode that's going to feature more of the dining and social scene in Jersey City coming up. We are also going to have a feature on some of the rentals in downtown Jersey City as well. Please do share some insights, commentary, suggestions, requests. Please, this is a community environment here. Feel free to drop a comment. So until the next time, be safe and thank you for joining.